What up, America? Doug Gottlieb Show. Fox Sports Radio coming to you from the TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com will help you get there. It's an unmatched selection, fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com. It's the way tire buying should be. What up? How you doing? Huh? You guys good? Yeah. We're closer and closer to the World Series. Getting there. But we got a lot to get to before we actually do, in fact, get there. I mean, that's the other part about this thing. But we're getting excited, as we should. Jay Stu is here. Dan Byers here. Big Apple Sam is here. He's getting ready for his Yankee moment. And I do think we know what the story of the day is, right? No, it's not the Boston Celtics, the defending NBA champion, just absolutely eviscerating the New York Knicks. No, it's LeBron James and Bronny and their moment. Bronny James played 2 minutes with his dad last night, first ever father and son to play in the NBA at the same time on the same floor. Here's LeBron talking about his and Bronny's entrance in the game and how it played out.
We still had a job to do when we checked in. We wasn't trying to make it a circus. We wasn't trying to make it about us. We wanted to make it about the team. And, for us to go out there and continue to play the game, the brand of basketball that the coaching staff and our teammates wanted us to play, we kept that. We kept the main thing while we was on the floor, and that was good for all of us.
We kept the main thing when we were on the floor. And I guess a good portion of it, okay, I guess a good portion of it is that LeBron just doesn't see outside of himself, because it was a circus. It had nothing to do with winning. It was 2 minutes and Bronny was a -7. He played 2 minutes and they were 7 points worse than the Minnesota Timberwolves, who they led by 15 most of the game. It was absolutely positively about them, not about the team. But I guess this is the power of being a star. This is the power of controlling the narrative. Right? We see this in politics. Right? Of the politicians you see every night, there's definitely one who will say things that are categorically false. But if everything is false, then it's like you get tired of pointing it out. And you're like, well, they're doing this. Like, actually, that's you. No, that's actually you. LeBron is mimicking that. He said, we want to keep the main thing. This ain't the main thing. Forget about the fact that however you want to rank him, okay, whether he's the 15th best player on the 15-man roster, which is a reality, or the 13th, you don't play the 13th man on an NBA roster in game one, ever. That has nothing to do with winning. It was absolutely a circus. Now, look, it's a cool thing. I don't think anyone would deny it's a cool thing. There's lots of us who are sitting there going like, man, I think this is weird. I think this is not about winning. I think this is about LeBron, but none of us are saying that the father and son, in and of itself, it's a cool thing. But you're going to try and convince me? You're going to try and convince me that it's about the team? Not about LeBron? Not about Bronny? And again, in truth, it's about LeBron. It's not about Bronny. Yes, Bronny wants to play in the NBA. Yes, Bronny has put in time. So have all those other guys. Right? So telling us that it's about the team and the main thing when you're taking pictures with the Griffeys beforehand, when it only lasts 2 minutes. Like, if he was an NBA player and he was valuable, he would have played more than 2 minutes. Who plays 2 minutes in the middle of the second quarter? And by the way, again, it's not what you say, it's what you do. kudos to J.J. Redick for getting him in, getting it done, and getting him out, and it not affecting the ultimate outcome of the game. But we're kidding ourselves if we think that it was about the main thing. Unless the main thing is talking about how great LeBron is. There's just no world in which this is about winning or about basketball or in any way normal or acceptable for a team that wants to compete for a championship in the second quarter. Right? They treated Bronny like he's a Make-A-Wish kid. Right? Like he's substantially smaller than his dad. He doesn't really have position. He doesn't really have the skill base. And he can jump, but he's not a great lateral athlete. He's not a great passer. And he's not a great shooter. If he was, go and look at all of his stats, all the data from EYBL to playing in high school to playing at USC. He's not. Can he play defense? Sure. Does he have a great feel? Not really. And again, I understand that it is a cool thing to play with your son. Me playing pickup basketball with my son is fantastic. I love it. But that doesn't mean it should occur in the NBA. Heck, that doesn't mean it should occur in college. Right? Tom Izzo's kid played for him for 4 years at Michigan State. He was a walk-on. He only got in at the very, very end of a couple of games. So, by the way, here's Bronny James after the game.
Try to focus on going in as a rookie and not try to mess up. But, yeah, I mean, I totally did feel the energy. And, yeah, I appreciate the Laker Nation for, showing the support for me and my dad.
Here's LeBron talking about checking into that game.
The game within the game, obviously that moment, us being at the score table together and checking in together, something I will never forget, no matter how old I get, no matter how my memory may fade as I get older or whatever, I will never forget that moment.
Yeah, no, it's a great moment. Just don't tell us it's not a circus or it's about winning basketball games. And now it's time for the Express Pros Pro of the Week. The Pro of the Week goes to Los Angeles Lakers star Anthony Davis, 36-16, in the Lakers' win over the Timberwolves last night. Congrats to Anthony Davis being our Express Pros Pro of the Week. Hey, welcome in. This is the Doug Gottlieb Show here on Fox Sports Radio. Man, I'm not unfocused or not focused, or I don't even know how you would term it. I just can't wait. Can't wait for the World Series.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Baseball. World Series. Can't wait. Man. You guys did see that the Chiefs traded for DeAndre Hopkins. And look, there's a good portion to it. What's interesting, right? DeAndre Hopkins, obviously part of it, let's just be honest, living on past reputation. Right? He's no longer the superstar wide receiver. And part of that reputation is not great to begin with. Right? If you remember, the reason he was traded out of Houston was Bill O'Brien was super frustrated that he wanted this huge contract, and he doesn't like to practice. Went to Arizona, didn't like to practice. He's still a little bit long in the tooth, but a lot like, this is no different than what the Jets did, right? You go and get a super talented guy hoping he can figure it out. The issue that the Chiefs will have is, to this point, the guys they brought back are guys that have played in that Chiefs system before, so they have a working knowledge of it. He doesn't. Going to be interesting.